everybody, welcome back to another episode of Farmer George. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to overwinter your pepper plants and bring them inside for the winter. Right now, it's not too cold, we're not even close to flirting with frost where I live, but it's getting towards the end of the season and I don't have direct sunlight anymore. My plants are no longer really producing any flowers, and the aphid army has started to come back. So this year, I'm only overwintering one plant. And the biggest benefit of doing this is that you have a mature plant, you have a mature root base already. And as soon as it warms up, you feed it, it's just gonna explode with new growth and you'll have pods way faster than you would just from starting from seed. So let's go see how it's done. So the first thing in overwintering your plants, here's the plant I want to overwinter. It's my grafted plant. It's got an orange habanero, chocolate habanero, Carolina Reaper grafted to the main ghost plant. And this is the only one I'm overwintering because I want a plant that'll produce 4 pods next year. First thing I want to do is trim everything down. I'm probably going to trim even the grafted plant branches a little bit down because they're pretty big for my indoor garage, and I want everything to fit in there compactly. So I'm going to trim everything down and then I'll show you what it looks like after that. So after everything is trimmed off, in terms of branches, you want to take off all the new growth. You see all these new little sucklings? I'm going to take all those off so the plant goes into hibernation mode. Now that all the new growth is pulled out of this plant, since my growing space is a little small, I'm going to take it out of this plant, bang out the roots and take a little bit of the roots out and then transplant it into a smaller pot. So I'll show you what the plant looks like out of this planter next. Next thing you want to do is you want to get rid of a lot of the soil and most of the roots because I'm transplanting this into a smaller pot. We're going to take the hose and we're going to blast it until we get a nice little root ball. Alright, you can see we got a ton of roots down there, which is good because those roots will need to come back in the new pot. Just so you don't have any bugs or anything that you want to bring in your house. Next you want to spray the stems off to get rid of any bugs. And then we're going to spray some neem oil at the end to make sure that no more bugs come afterwards. And all I use is neem oil, and I'm going to spray the branches to make sure there's no pests that come into my house. Alright, now we're going to go repot this plant. Okay, so next thing you want to do is you want to put your winterized plant into the pot that it's going to stay in for the rest of winter. And the root ball might be a little oblong shaped, but I'm gonna put it on top of some fresh soil. It's important to feed your winterized plant at the very beginning, and it'll carry it through the whole entire winter. I'm using a potting soil with 2-month feed already built into it. When spring comes, it'll be perfect because it won't be taking too many nutrients out of this potting soil over the winter since it's in hibernation mode, and then I'll just feed it as normal when springtime and the growing season comes back next year. I'm just breaking apart the root ball a little bit more so the roots can work their way down. I'm going to fill this all the way up to the top. Right here. Alright, then you want to move it to your final resting place for the winter, and mine is in my garage, and it's so bright because I have my garage door open, but it's going to be under some grow lights. Before I say goodbye to this plant for a little bit, I want to make sure I water a little bit. The soil's already a little bit moist, but just give it a little top watering and you should be good. And then this is my indoor grow space. I got 2 tomato plants growing in Kratky hydroponic method. Got a couple of succulents I'm reviving. And then we got this guy back here. I don't have it directly under the grow lights, but that's okay. As long as it gets some light, we'll be good. And it should stay like this for all of winter, and then we'll pop it back outside in the spring and have 4 different types of super hot peppers in no time. So to recap the steps, what you want to do is you want to take the plant that you select, you want to trim it down, you want to pull off all the new growth, then you want to take that root ball and spray it down, get rid of all that soil on the root ball. Then you want to take that plant, you want to blast it with the hose, blast off all of the branches and stems to hopefully get off most of those pests. And then you want to take something like a neem oil to prevent more pests from coming into your house. Then you want to take that plant, you want to put it in a new pot where you're going to keep it in your garage or your basement. And if you're not using a potting soil like I am with fertilizer, you want to make sure you want to fertilize the plant just a little bit so that it has some nutrients to take it through the winter. And you're going to put it under some grow lights, and then you're going to gently water the top of it. Not too much water, it won't require too much water. And then next year, what you want to do is you want to reintroduce it once it starts to get warm and there's no threat of frost. You want to harden it off just like you would any new seedlings. So with your new seedlings, when you harden those off, you'll bring out this overwintered plant slowly but surely so you don't shock it and you don't kill it. Remember, every week at noon Eastern Standard Time, I release new videos. And the winter time is coming, so it might slow up, and I'll announce in a subsequent video if I alter my releases throughout the winter. So if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can subscribe by clicking on this little orange pepper that pops up. And if you want to see how I grafted the three other pepper plants to my one ghost pepper plant, you can watch this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, let's share and grow together. I'm Farmer George. See you next time.